So I'm the emergency management coordinator for the City of Roanoke. And so what that is it's a lot of behind the scenes work, and it's a lot of planning and building relationships and kind of knowing who to contact. So, when we start talking about these races, have we talked to the right businesses that are going to be shut down in downtown, or have we talked to the local police department and made sure that we're going to have the right number of folks in traffic? And so I don't necessarily make the tactical decisions, but I help coordinate those meetings and make sure we have the right people at the table.
So the event, it takes a lot of agencies to put this together. It's a big regional effort. We've been planning for this. We did it last year as well. It probably takes about 6 months in advance. We first had our original meetings for this year's race starting back in January. Meeting with Ironman, meeting with VDOT, meeting with all the local agencies involved in security and traffic control, meeting with all the different agencies that actually come out and put the cones out here, private companies, meeting with local businesses, government agencies. It's a great event. It's a lot entailed, but we all work really well together. We've done this before, so it's come together pretty easily. Ironman really takes on a lot of responsibility themselves, and it made it really easy for us.
Our relationships within the valley are so strong, just from a public safety standpoint. It's not really an issue of merging our teams together. It's just a matter of making sure we have the right communications and the right messages going out to each of those participants or the agencies that are involved. So on race day, we usually set up a command post or a emergency operations center of some degree. And especially with the Ironman, that's a fairly large group. We had about probably 16 to 20 people in that office this year. And so what we're doing is we're constantly managing and monitoring traffic flows and injuries and accidents and all these different things that could happen on top of what's happening at the race. So if there's an emergency on the race course, whether it be a structure fire or a major vehicle accident, we have to be able to come up with a plan to make that race continue while not interrupting all the participants, but still keep everybody safe.
The logistics behind it to try to keep the racers safe, which I think was a very successful operation this year. We don't want any time to have the racers have that close call with a car where they come into the race area. And some citizens might not understand why they can't cross over the race path, maybe if they don't see a biker coming, but that's really for the safety of the bikers themselves to try to keep that race lane open, especially because there's a lot of hills and curves and you don't want to let a car go and then they not see a racer or the officer not happen to see a racer at the time and then have a catastrophic event happen because of it.
We're constantly looking for ways to continue improving safety. I think the first Blue Ridge Marathon was really close to the Boston Marathon incident, and of course we learned a ton from that, and we go back and look at it and try to figure out ways that we can keep these participants safe. We're talking usually 2,500 participants and upwards of 10,000 people coming just to watch. So that adds to our population and certainly downtown traffic and things like that we're constantly looking at. When we put 2,500 racers down at River's Edge, we certainly have a major impact in that little area, whether it's a ton of trash that they collect over the week or it's the road being shut down for a week and the many different athletic programs that can't happen that week. So Parks and Rec does a great job, and we work really closely with them, and they really work around those pieces in those park areas and keep those parks best use for the whole week, but also have to keep the safety in mind. And then of course transportation, they're great. They might have to come out at middle hours of the night to collect all the trash that's down there, but we never want trash sitting on the side of the road for a week after a race, just because it's a bad image, but also it can cause other problems. So they do such a fantastic job, but that's what those relationships are all about.
But once the event gets going and you see the smiles on all the athletes' faces and they say thank you for coming out here, it truly means a lot. I mean, we all became officers because we want to help people, we want to provide a service. And after a day like this and seeing all the athletes and even all the neighbors in the area thanking us for what we're doing, it means a lot.
There are several spectators. I know at the intersection that I was working, there's people cheering them on. The businesses that were open were getting business because of it. So it is a great economic opportunity for the town.
We do everything we can to make it convenient for the public while still bringing this event to the City of Roanoke and to the Roanoke Valley, because you know, ultimately in the long run, it's an economic impact that we're going to see, and it's great for our tourism, and we bring all these folks in to see what the community does. But we know there's some frustrations, and we try to work around that. So behind the scenes, we're already looking at how we can improve next year.